Welcome to Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Titletown, some call it, a moniker that many claim, but this city lives thanks to the Alabama Crimson Tide. Little gets the blood boiling, quite like a rivalry game. Barbs, shots, trash talk, things that go on throughout the week will now all be settled on this field. Alabama about to kick off to get things started. And he takes this from inside the 5. And the returner is stopped. The Tigers offense will have plenty of work to do after that return was bottled up. When these two teams square off against each other, they know the legacies they carry, and that'll be evident in this one, guys.
Alabama-LSU is one of my favorite games each and every year because this is one of the fastest games you'll see all season. There is so much NFL first-round talent on the field every time these two teams play.
Year after year, we could go back and name so many names, but you're right. The draft is going to call them. The stakes are always high. The conference always on the line. These two teams, you know, are always squarely in the mix.
Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. And the Tigers are in the hurry-up. On 3rd and long, try to convert through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And here comes the punt team. The punter going to get his first work of the afternoon. Gets the first one of the day off and hoping he's not as busy as he was in that loss last week when he kicked it 4 times. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Alabama Crimson Tide offense comes out for their first possession of the game. Typically, the last thing a defense wants is to have a backer on a wide receiver, but we may see some of that today, guys.
Typically, you don't see linebackers that can run like this guy, and that's why they feel okay letting him cover this dynamic wide receiver one-on-one.
And you feel okay, it's not going to be a good thing. You better get your hands on him early. Put your physicality, let that win. It ain't going to be your speed.
That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. They have work in front of them on 3rd and short from the 42. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. The Crimson Tide comes to the line with the 1st and 10. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Relying on that running game, and it works for about 3 yards to the 31. This series dates back to 1895. One of the odd things, guys, is historically the visiting teams have had a lot of success.
And these fans don't like each other. Matt, you can...
Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. He's got it. He's brought down, but he's got him inside the 10. 1st and goal from the 8. Defense is backed up. Shadow of the goalpost trying to defend their own end zone. He bullies his way all the way down to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal coming up. Harris will throw. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be 3rd down.
Well, that last incompletion is a good example of why your timing has to be so good as a quarterback because the windows, they open and they close so quickly in this part of the field.
This quarterback part of their running game. Corralled and brought down by the defense.
All right, and you ran that 3rd down play, and you knew 4th down was coming. If you didn't score, what were you going to run? You're on the 2-yard line. It's your decision. Do you want to be aggressive? Do you want to take the 3? Your call.
Into the end zone he goes,
How about this offense? A big situation on 4th and goal, and you trust your running back. You trust your offensive line. You trust the physicality of this unit, and they reward that trust, and they punch it in for 6.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this one.
The inside handoff. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, but the foundation, the running game. He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. Oh, he's playing with fire, and he's picked off. They didn't give him much of a chance to make that play even bigger, but the turnover has him set up at the 16.
Sometimes the quarterback puts that zip on it, and you can hear it. Sometimes he uses the lob wedge where it takes a little time to get there. That time, he used the lob wedge, and the defender came in and made the interception. Big play for this defense early.
Here comes that Alabama offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
It's a really nice-looking throw. This dude is a weapon in this offense at the quarterback position. It's so funny, I think back to guys like Greg McElroy and A.J. McCarron, guys that may or may not have unfairly been tabbed as game managers. And then you think of Jalen Hurts, Tua.
He lobs one high down the left side. And he's got it at the 15-yard line. And they'll do more than move the chains. They'll move that thing more than 30 yards down the field before he's finally stopped. They just changed the dynamic of this possession in a heartbeat, and now it's 1st and 10 from inside the red zone. Forced out of the pocket. And they get to the quarterback and knock him down back at the 16.
And that is a huge play for the defense. Offense has it in your red zone. You're trying to knock them out of field goal range. The only way you do that is by creating negative plays, and they get the sack.
Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the first down. They were able to make the completion, but he had to pick his way for just a little bit. Needed a little more help to spring him for some yardage.
Yeah, if you're going to have success when you throw it outside like that, you're going to need some more blocking and better blocking downfield. Give the defense credit, though. They were able to rally and made a tackle.
So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. And we've come to the end of the first as we take a moment to check out the stats so far. So now to start the second quarter, they'll line up and try a field goal. And this one splits the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a very interesting scene playing out right now in this marquee top 25 matchup. Miami is in front. They've led for most of the way. However, Sebastian isn't exactly putting this one in the win column just yet. They're up by 4 over Vanderbilt.
Wasting no time throwing on this drive. Quickly complete.
We'll circle back. If anything big happens, you should know about it.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Fast motion from the offense. He'll do it himself. Gets it past the marker. Knocked down at the 26 after ripping off 10 there. LSU right back to the line. This series has been built on tight games, but LSU destroyed that line of thinking by blowing out the Tide last season.
I really feel like LSU is one of the few programs in the country that on paper matches up very well with the Crimson Tide year after year. And last year, David, we saw all of those athletes make so many plays.
So many athletes. Not only did they match up, they got to celebrate. That game was early because it was a blowout. They got to celebrate, and Alabama didn't like it. I look for this rivalry game to be heated.
Out of the shotgun on third down. Quarterback now breaking the field. And they're able to get a third down stop here. See if they go for it on fourth. Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. He'll field the punt. Everybody stays in their lanes well enough, and they stop him at the 31-yard line. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. And generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball fast. So let's see if they can be a little bit more physical on this drive.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. They've really performed at an elite level in conference play, and that'll build your confidence as we continue through this SEC season.
This was a motivated in the offseason coming into this one, and they knew the challenge ahead of them, but they also know how talented they are. And, David, they're putting that on display each and every week here in SEC play.
And let's pump the brakes, because if they're happy with what they've done so far, they're going to have some losses. Like, this is a tough league. The SEC is not easy to navigate. They're going to have to continue to grow and get better, but it's a heck of a start.
And this is going to be incomplete on third.
Great job by the defense there. They weren't surprised by that play call there on 3rd and short. They were expecting pass. They took everything away and forced the incompletion.
They really have no choice here. This is a no-brainer. You go for it here on this 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's knocked down immediately, but not before he moves the chain. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another 1st down. He wants to throw. Quickly to the flat, the wide receiver screen. Makes the grab, and he's dragged down.
I love this defense's ability to fight off blocks and rally to the football. They do such a great job pursuing that wide receiver screen to only allow a minimal gain and no 1st down.
They'll leave it with him. Knocked down at the 35 after a pickup of 3.
You know, runs like this oftentimes are like a boxer in a boxing match. Obviously, it's not a knockout punch, but these are body blows. And as the game goes on, these small gains are going to turn into longer runs.
Tough, hard-nosed running. He picks up 3, but stopped just short. It'll be 4th and 1. No hesitation at all. The offense stays on the field. They'll go for it. They'll go with a direct snap. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the 1st down.
Well, the offense at this point is just doing everything they can to not give the football back to their opponent. Even though they're up in this game, they're still going for it on 4th down. That now the 3rd different.
Got some room, headed to the goal line, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown tie! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown. And with the extra point, they now have a 3-possession lead at 17. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. And a sack all the way back at the 5. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continuing, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. He'll take it himself. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Found a little running room on that one. Picked up some nice blocks before he's run out of bounds. Here comes that Alabama offense. That running game was impressive, taking them right down for a touchdown last time, David.
Yeah, just mauling. No secret play calls, just simply we are more physical than you, and we're pounding the football right at you.
So if you're on offense this next drive, take a look at their safeties and see if they're creeping up into the box. Because of your success running the football, this might be time to take a shot down the field and play action.
The Tide trying to pay off this red zone trip. Harris back to pass. And the defense makes a play, and they get the quarterback down at the 26. And the last thing they need is to squander this great field position facing a 3rd and long. He'll pull it down. Keeps it himself and gets the 1st. And the defense finally makes the stop after the sweet run and good gain.
That's so frustrating. I got you in the perfect situation. I get you in 3rd and long, more predictable. I know it's going to be a pass, and then
it's a fumble. Defense coming up with a huge fumble. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. So he took a chance by using a timeout on the challenge, and it comes back to bite him. We'll see if he needs that timeout later. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. That's the end of the 2nd quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin and our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half.
Kickoff and kickoff return teams on the field, and we're just about ready to go in the 2nd half. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. They start this 3rd quarter with the lead, but they might want to think about shoring up that protection.
Yeah, the good news is you're leading on the scoreboard. The bad news is your quarterback doesn't feel like it because you can't protect him. So, David, adjustments in pass protection, that has to be something they were talking about here at halftime.
100%. Just you can't get him hit that much. He's still doing a good job. Enough, man. They'll start to see ghosts, they'll panic, and they'll make some of those mistakes.
From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. And they're able to shove him to the turf as they stop him for a short gain.
It's just so nice to know you can start off on 1st down with positive plays. Positive yards, hand the football off, set up a good 2nd down.
Gives it to the back on the draw. And they'll move the chains and get it to the 47-yard line.
Well, they get another big run for a 1st down, and if you're on offense, you love the way your offensive line is blocking early in this game. They're getting tremendous movement, and they're making life pretty easy for these running backs right now.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there. Still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Harris will throw. Got his man down the middle. Finally pulled down, but not before. Moving the chains for a 1st down.
Well, the defense did a nice job taking everything away down the field, but once the drag route was caught, they just couldn't rally to the ball carrier in time to make a tackle, and as a result, new set of downs.
Out of the gun, the give to the back. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
On 2nd down, just keeps firing. Touchdown, Crimson Tide! And the pummeling has started. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You've worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry. Get some emotion. Get some momentum on your side.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
They've got it 1st and 10 from the 25. The pull and throw off the RPO. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Didn't get any breathing room on that last run. Now 2nd and 10 from their own 25. He's looking to throw. Makes his connection. And he won't quite get there, but boy, after that pickup, just a few inches to go for the first. An array of possibilities here. This is a designed run. They were all over him, nowhere to go as that 3rd down play turned into a disaster. LSU will bring the punt team on the field. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. He'll try to field the punt and bring it back. That nifty return sets up the offense and negates some of the yardage on the punt. Here comes that Alabama offense. Line gets set, 1st down. Leaves it with the running back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, you see the defense make a big play there at the RPO, and they're doing it because they're starting to load the box. If you're the play caller offensively, you might want to think about having your quarterback keep the ball and then try to throw it downfield.
Using the quick game, they make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They're bringing heat. He's going to run it. They finally get him on the ground, but not before he rips off enough for a 1st down.
Defense in that situation just has to know to stay in their lanes. You know, it's hard enough to get this guy down on the ground, but you just can't let him escape. You got to build the fence. You got to build the cage. Keep him.
The quarterback scrambled around, but the defense able to scramble him and turn it into a sack. After the big 1st down sack, it's 2nd down. Harris back to pass. He'll loft one deep down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down. I'm not positive, but that 1st down marker might be in the next. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll start the drive here with 1st down to open this period. The RPO, it's complete. And he goes out of bounds after a nice pickup on that one. Operating in the red zone here on 2nd down. The option look. He'll toss it. Touchdown, Alabama! And the route is on. With that last score, things comfortable here in the 4th as they are headed to a 7-1 record.
Points, points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
So much for the tough field position. What? Ready to the 35. Feeling some heat. Safe completion on the screen. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game. But trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for... After an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
Second down coming up. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
And they get him again. This has not been the day we expected. This young man, we expect great things. Like, he is one of the better players in college football. You think he'd come out, put on a show, but this defense has had his number all game long.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on fourth down. And it's incomplete. The long pass downfield they couldn't hook up.
Tell you what, it gets late in the football game, man. I got to start being aggressive. When I'm in a hole and the clock's running out, like, it's going to make me have to throw the football, be more aggressive. And this offense doesn't come through for their team, and now they're going to really need their defense to get some stops here in this football game in the fourth quarter. You could clearly tell that he wanted to throw the football, and he wanted to go through the air and make a big play. Defense does a great job corralling him, getting some pressure, and most importantly, getting him on the ground.
Skips away from pressure. Trying to make magic on the scramble. Nice run there. Picks up a few, and they'll force him out of bounds.
Well, great job there by the defense because they weren't able to get him sacked right away, but you saw the coverage in the back end. Nowhere for the quarterback to throw the football. Didn't.
And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. The Crimson Tide will bring the punt team on the field. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. With all of that heat, he wasn't able to get much on that one. And the punt will hit at the 7, and they can't corral it. It goes into the end zone. It'll come out to the 20. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the heat will get home, and the quarterback goes down at the 17.
Of the day. That's really all you have to say about this offense. A struggle fest. They've been riding the struggle bus. They haven't done anything right today.
Quarterback wants to throw on second down. Snagged in the middle. It's Thompson.
This offense has their work cut out for them, man, because the coverage has been so tight. And if you're not throwing to the sideline or you're not getting past the sticks, this defense is going to tackle you inbounds like they just did on that last play and bleed the clock.
He makes the connection. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and we see miracles in college football all of the time, and they could use one here. Fourth down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. And now one of the most most satisfying moments in football, just watching that clock drain away while you have control of the ball, Jesse.
And this is definitely one of the best play callers, right, for an offensive coordinator. Get ready to go into victory formation. So many good things happened today. It seemed like everything he was dialing today, David, ended up working out.
No doubt. They've put a lot of highlights together, put a great offensive game together, complete football game. They get the win. On to next week.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Third and short now from their own 48. Wide receiver shows motion. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. They've got it to the 49-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Goes to the option. Now the pitch. And they just didn't get anybody on that defense out of position, and they will lose yardage on that one. They'll try to overcome that last play on 2nd and 15. Here's the handoff. They stripped it out. Oh, it looks as if the defense got it. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own. After this, it'll be a wrap. He'll come out throwing on 1st down. Lets it fly deep downfield. And the pass goes incomplete, looking to make things look a little tighter on the scoreboard, but that's going to do it. It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled it, you were ready for this team. This is the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, you dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go into the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, our entire broadcast team.